There is a word many people avoid because it sounds heavy. Responsibility. For some it means guilt. For others, pressure. For still others, limitations. But the truth is that responsibility, when accepted properly, is not a set of shackles. It is a key to freedom, calm, and inner control. Many people live with the feeling that life is simply happening to them, that things just fall on them from above. Bad luck, bad people, bad weather, a bad economy. And yes, the world truly is not fair. But the moment you begin to explain your life only through external causes, you voluntarily give up the steering wheel. You say, I have no say. And that is the most dangerous position of all. Responsibility begins with a simple acknowledgement. This is my life. Not everything in it is my choice, but my reaction is. My effort is. The direction I move in is. And the moment you accept this, things change. Not because they become easier, but because they become more honest. Taking responsibility does not mean blaming yourself for everything. It means stopping the wait for rescue from the outside. Many people wait for someone to notice them, to give them a chance, to understand them, to support them. And while they wait, the years pass. A responsible person does not wait for perfect conditions. They ask, what can I do with what I have today? Imagine someone whose car has broken down on the road. They can stand there cursing the road, the weather, and the car. Or they can get out, push, look for help, do something. The breakdown may not be their fault, but getting out of the situation is their responsibility. That is how life works too. Many people confuse responsibility with burden, when in fact it brings relief. Because when you stop blaming, you stop feeling powerless. The moment you say, this depends on me, you take your power back. You may not know exactly how it will work out, but you know who will act, and that is you. In business, this is crystal clear. People who look for excuses rarely move forward. The clients were difficult. The market was bad. The competition was unfair. All of that may be true, but the question remains, what will you do despite it? A responsible person does not dwell on reasons. They look for moves. Responsibility also makes you calmer because you stop expecting the world to behave in a certain way. You are not shocked when things do not work out. You do not collapse at the first difficulty. You know there will be problems, and you are ready to deal with them. That is inner stability. Many people live in victim mode without even realizing it. They say they want change, but secretly expect someone else to make it happen. The boss to change, the partner to change, the circumstances to change. It is comfortable because it requires no action. But it is also a trap because it keeps you stuck. Responsibility means looking in the mirror and saying, maybe I have a role in this. Not to punish yourself, but to see where you have influence. Because if you have no role at all, you have no power. And you do have power. Let us say it clearly. Responsibility does not mean everything is your fault. It means everything is your task. And that is a huge difference. Guilt paralyzes you. Responsibility moves you. Guilt looks backward. Responsibility looks forward. Many people are afraid to take responsibility because then there is no one to complain to, no one to blame, no one to justify their inaction. That is frightening, but also liberating, because you stop wasting energy on explanations and start investing it in solutions. Responsibility also means accepting the consequences of your choices, good and bad. That is maturity, when you do not look for excuses, when you do not shift the blame, when you say, yes, that was my choice. That builds character, and character is a currency that is always in demand. In personal life, this is just as important. If you are in relationships that do not bring out the best in you, you have a choice. It may be difficult. It may hurt. But staying and complaining is also a choice, just a quieter and more destructive one. Responsibility means being honest with yourself, admitting when you did not give your best, admitting when you chose what was easy. This is not self-flagellation, it is clarity. And clarity is the first step toward change. Many people wait for confidence before taking responsibility. But the order is the opposite. First, you take responsibility, then confidence comes. When you see that you can bear the consequences, that you can cope, that you do not fall apart at the first problem. Then you begin to trust yourself. Responsibility also makes you less dependent on others' opinions. When you know you are carrying the load, you care less about what everyone thinks. You are not seeking approval. You are seeking results. That does not make you cold, it makes you focused. There is a simple practice that changes your mindset. Every time you complain, stop and ask yourself, what is my role here? What can I do? Even if the answer is small, even if it is uncomfortable, it puts control back in your hands. Responsibility also builds respect. People can sense when someone does not run from consequences, does not make excuses, does not blame others. Such people are reliable. In business, in friendship, in family, they do not promise miracles, but they stand behind their words. And let us say something important. Taking responsibility does not happen in one day. It is a habit. Every day you choose whether you will react as a victim or as a participant. And the more often you choose the latter, the lighter it becomes. Not because the problems disappear, but because you become stronger. Responsibility is the moment you stop asking, why is this happening to me? And start asking, what do I do now? It is the transition from passivity to action, from noise to clarity, from complaining to movement. And when you take responsibility for your life, you do not become burdened. You become free. Free to choose, free to make mistakes, free to fix them, free to grow. Because you are no longer waiting for permission, no longer waiting for someone to arrive. You are the one who acts. And that is where the power lies. Not in controlling everything, but in being willing to take what is in your hands and carry it with dignity. That is responsibility that does not weigh you down. It sets you free.